What's going on, guys? I hope all is well. My name is Rico. I appreciate you guys watching this video. I wanted to talk about why most people lose money in the stock market. And this is a big deal because when you are invested in the stock market, you want to make money in the stock market. You don't want to lose money. And I wanted to bring out some things that I've noticed that we should avoid if we are trying to make money in the stock market. And the first thing is to stop trying to time the market, but it's all about time in the market. And what I mean by that, a lot of times what people do, they try to time the market, say, hey, I'm going to get in the stock market when it's here. I'm going to invest in this stock when it's here. And sometimes that moment happens. Sometimes that moment does not happen. And what I mean by that, it is okay to, look at a chart and say, hey, I see that, this company is right here, but I want to invest in a company when it's at this price. So it's perfectly normal to look at a chart and say, hey, I believe it's overbought, essentially. But sometimes we can hurt ourselves because sometimes that stock never gets to that price. We're trying to hope and say, hey, I know it's going to get to this price. And that's when I know that I'm going to buy that stock at the ultimate discount. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes we can hurt ourselves because when the stock does kind of cool off some and you see it's off, you still wait. You still, instead of pulling the trigger to buy the stock, you say, hey, it's still not there yet. It's still not there yet. And sometimes that stock never gets there. So it's very important to concentrate on time in the market. And what I mean by that, when you are buying a stock and you invest the stock, you invest in the stock, you have time in the market. If you just buy the stock and hold it, and then over time, you're going to be proven right. If you hold a great company and you've done your research and you are holding that company for, years. If you've done your research, time in the market is going to reward you, essentially. But then if you just constantly trying to time the market and you never pull the trigger, you never invest, then you are hurting yourself. So it's very important to concentrate on buying good companies, definitely good prices, but then that's making sure you make the decision to buy the company at a good price and buy and hold. And sometimes you just don't want to wait. Sometimes when you see it's on a discount, definitely take advantage of it and plan on holding that company for years. Like Warren Buffett states, if you plan on buying a stock, you need to be ready to hold it for 5-10 years, not hold it for just a short time. And when you hold that company for 5-10 years, you're going to be rewarded because of it's a good company. It's a great company. You've done your research, and then you're going to be rewarded with capital gains. So time in the market is greater than timing the market. The second thing that you want to avoid is just chasing stocks. I remember something, this is not a stock, but I remember when Bitcoin was on the rise, many years ago when it went through this a craze. And I just saw when it got to like all-time highs, people start chasing it. I saw people pulling money or doing cash advances off their credit cards in order to try to invest in Bitcoin. And then once that craze is over, once the Bitcoin cycle was kind of done with, Bitcoin went down in value, big time. And then they sold their Bitcoin. But, if you really did your research, then even if you bought it at an all-time high and was chasing, which you, shouldn't do, you shouldn't chase, you should have a plan. But even if you bought into something and it goes down some, you should have conviction in it. And then obviously, Bitcoin has, risen up in value way since then. It's way up since then. But think about if a person really had, strong conviction in it, even if you put something in a stock or or this example, Bitcoin, and it goes down, you still believe in a company. You're not going to sell. You're not going to, sell at a loss or just sell because you believe that it's going to go back up in value. So the point is never chase something. If you see a stock that you like, that's, good company, you did some research, and for example, well, in this case, you didn't do any research, but just think about it. For example, you see everyone buying a stock, and then you just chase it. You chase it and say, hey, I see everyone else buying a stock. Let me buy it too. And then you buy the stock, and then it goes down, and then you panic sell. That's a good way to lose money as well, because you're chasing a stock. You might have not done any research. You may have done light research, but you're chasing instead of having a clear-cut plan on, hey, I like this stock, I like this company, and I want to buy it, at this price. I want to buy it maybe, every 2 weeks, dollar cost averaging. I plan on buying 100 shares, and I just plan on, my goal is to, keep these 100 shares for this amount of time. So that's a plan. So you never chase a stock. You always try to have a plan on how you want to invest in the company instead of you just chasing, because you don't want to be like the, herd, just follow the herd, the herd mentality. Because a lot of times what happens, people will see other people doing something, and then you will follow, and then it'll keep you or hurt you, because you're following. Those people may have a plan, they may not have a plan, but you don't want to follow the herd. You want to follow your plan, and that's how you'll succeed in the stock market. So never chase in the stock market, and also time in the market is better than time in the market. But the thing that's going to help all of us is just having a plan, sticking to that plan, not following the herd, and doing what we need to do for our wealth building journey to build wealth. So I just wanted to share it with you guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this conversation. Let me know what you guys do in order to stay on track. My name is Rico. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. I appreciate you guys. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.